We are the one, the light in the dark. One heart, one world, one spark. We are the one, together we rise. One dream, one voice, one sky.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Women Empowered Across the World. This is our podcast, and I have such amazing hosts with me. Always, guys, always. Okay, so I have Alina from Poland. I have Megan from South Africa. I have Jackie she resides in Arizona, but her heart is global in Africa, all over the place. I have Chenere from California, and she is in Africa also. And I'm Carol Witt, and I just have to say, I'm in 76 countries now. We just brought on Mexico and Somalia. And so, guys, we're all global, and we are so excited to have our guest today, Carolyn Cooper. We've known her for a little bit, and we are so excited to hear her story. So, Carolyn, come join us and inspire us all and inspire our listeners.
Well, I'm here. I'm present. And I just want to pause to start. Look at what you're doing here. Let's just connect with, I just got truth bumps all over. I mean, Megan is in South Africa. Megan's doing amazing things there too. And each one of you, I just want to pause and celebrate the commitment that you have to make a bigger difference in the world from just your own position to serve. And I honor that. I respect that. And I think that, it brings tears to my eyes, because what I love about life, and Jackie and I have this in alignment, we have conversations about this. It's always God's plan. When I was, when we step back and ask which direction we are meant to serve from our highest self, ask and then listen, allow, and let that be our guide, our voice of wisdom, and how we intentionally act, take action, and follow through. That's the miracles. That's the magic. And that's what Jackie's done from the beginning here. And she's attracted all you amazing women. And I just, oh my goodness, I'm so filled with gratitude at this moment. And what I love about this kind of work, this is to me what love-inspired leadership is. And it has so much more of a ripple effect than we are even consciously aware of. We hear the stories, we hear the feedback on all how people's lives have been transformed from pain to purpose. And that's been my life story. So my life story is fascinating, actually, just like all of ours. Been exceedingly traumatic, dramatic, hard, difficult, and empowering, filled with courage, commitment, and freedom. So I'm just, I went on my jaunt this morning, my 5K jaunt. I do daily disciplined rituals to honor myself. And I thought, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to say today? And I thought, well, I'm going to start at the beginning. So I was born in 1958. And I was born 2.5 months early, and I was 3 pounds, 2 ounces. And they said I wouldn't make it. I was the firstborn child to our family. So I was in that incubator for a month without being touched. Imagine. And in those days, this is a long time ago. So my purpose and passion and yearning to understand love started then. Isn't that cool? My whole life, I have been exceedingly successful. My father told me one principle that I believed that was the truth. He said, Carolyn, whatever you put your mind to, you can accomplish. I went, oh, okay. So I've always been a cheerleader. I was a cheerleader in high school. I was the captain of the cheerleading team. And I've always been a leader. I've always been this incredible person who could see the gaps and support them and just fill it. And I had so much fun. It was ridiculous, actually. My family life was extremely difficult. My mom suffered from schizophrenia and bipolar disease. So I never knew what I was going to get. So my life was externally through other people's families, through cheerleading, through serving. And I had glorious support, and I always asked for it. And even when I was 5 years old, they called me the how come girl in the neighborhood, because I would just go from house to house to house. How come you're gardening that way? How come you're cooking that way? How come you're cutting down that tree that way? How come that's happening? So I've had this innate curiosity on life from the very beginning. And I didn't realize how incredibly special and powerful that was in my life until I met one woman. She gave me this key. She was the minister of the church that I went to when I was a child. And she took a shining to me. So we would meet for lunch, and I'd sit across the table from her. And she'd share with me phrases of what she called thinking above the line. This is my life, thinking above the line. So I'd sit across from her. And when she would look at me, she would see me, not through me, not past me, not distracted. She was completely present in seeing me and believing in me. Wow. I didn't get that at home. So I would just be so present with her. I would absorb it like I was a sponge. So she said phrases to me like this: make space for grace. Spend time in silence. Listen, listen, listen to that internal voice of wisdom that is for you, not against you. Make decisions, Carolyn, that add to, not take away from. I mean, I'm 18, 21. I got out of the house fast, learned how to make money fast, learned about people, communication, how they thought, how they made decisions, fascinated by business right from the get-go. So I was very successful. I bought my own house 2 blocks from the ocean when I was 21 years old. I loved that house. And it was just a glorious experience to feel so independent and contribute so much in my role of serving these businesses and selling them products. And it was in the beauty industry. So I sold hair care products, skincare products, and they bought everything from me, absolutely everything. Then I would see the problems they had and the issues and the staff issues and communication issues, and they weren't making money. So the company I worked for would put on contests that I could fly to California, that I could fly to Hawaii to learn all these business skills. I won every one of them. And I worked with all men. I was the only woman, and I was the youngest one there. And they didn't like me much, but I just loved on them anyway. And so I learned all this business skills, protocols, strategies, systems, understanding. So I brought it back and I taught my clients that. And I said, I will teach you this, but you got to buy everything from me and nobody else. They said, okay. So I went from 120 clients to 60. I worked 3 days a week. They called in their orders. I had so much freedom. I had so much flexibility and so much financial abundance. Except the meaning was missing. The purpose was missing. So I quit. They couldn't believe it. They thought I'd lost my marbles. I was 30. I knew I wasn't getting married. I knew I loved business, and I knew there was some more I needed to learn. So I bought a ticket to Europe by myself. I did my own Eat, Pray, Love in 1988 before the movie even came out. I went on that journey myself. It was magnificent. I sat on beaches and pinched myself. I'd never, ever slowed down from the time I started working when I was 15. Never slowed down. First time. So I got to know who I was. I got to look in the mirror and I got to recalibrate. And I went for 3 months by myself. Came back, started my own business, consulting. So I started off consulting in the beauty industry, teaching, training staff and businesses. I moved to another city, knew no one. And then I went, okay, so this worked. I'm getting kind of bored. The worst thing for me to get is bored. And Megan, I know you relate to that. And so then I decided I'll go into the optical industry. It's very similar. So I did an incredible thing. I played secret shopper at an optical franchise. And I wrote a report of what's working, what isn't working, what the gaps were, what was missing. And I sent it to the president of the franchise of the optical. And he called me in. And I got to work with him for 3 years, going from store to store to store to store. So what I realized, there's opportunity everywhere. I just need to be open and curious. So I went from the optical retail industry to the optical manufacturing industry to speaking at huge conferences with hundreds and thousands of people in the audience. And I would attract people in many different industries that say, I've been waiting for you. Will you work with me? I said, well, possibly, let's just see. So what I discovered was my gifts, my talents, and my expertise in a way that was genuine, authentic, real, simple. And it's about serving from our highest self and constantly be willing to learn and grow. So I traveled down many roads since then. I've started a global networking organization. Oh my goodness. Standing at the Grand Canyon, I had a divine download from God. This is the truth. I saw a global community. I saw people from around the world. I saw business education. I saw connection, collaboration, creativity, and it came down in a split second. And I was standing beside a friend, Susan. I said, this is what I got. She goes, have you ever been on Zoom? I said, never. I've done everything live. Well, how are you going to do it? I said, well, I think we're going to do it. You can do the marketing. I'll do the people stuff. And let's do it. So we had 23 countries, over 6,500 people come through. And I contributed with my heart, my soul, and my spirit to these people on my screen. And I connected with them deeply, and they knew it. They knew that I believed in them just like Emma believed in me. They knew that they could be inspired to release that fear, release those distractions and reasons they are not stepping up within their business and pursuing that opportunity, and manifesting what they're meant here in this lifetime. So I left that too. I'm really good at letting go. So let that go. And now I've moved into something that is the most meaningful, purposeful, passionate, gracious, just elegant position to serve. And it's through my Love Inspired Leadership podcast. I have interviews of people that are based on nothing but truth, nothing but what I call living above the line, and that what they're doing is they are loving, leading with purpose and courage, unapologetically. So for me, this journey has been one of surrender, of releasing anything in the way of love. I started out my life in an incubator, not being able to connect to anybody, and knowing who I am now, whoa, that wasn't a good thing. Yet, guess what it's done? It's put this fire in my soul to know what love is, to know what love does, and know what love represents, whether that is personally, professionally. And now what I do is I serve women in business that have a purpose, that are ready to release anything in the way of what matters most to them. And they have the bold courage to step up, speak up, and stand up for what it is they are meant to serve from their highest self. So I bring so much wisdom that just happens naturally, organically in our conversations. I get to witness these women transform their lives personally and professionally. They get to increase the amount of people that they serve, so the abundance expands and grows. It just, it just makes me cry sometimes. And I just feel so honored to be a part of that process. And I know it's what God wants me to do. So I just keep surrendering to this next position to serve, to be honest. And it's so much fun. And I just want to finish with this. And this was extraordinary. I've never experienced it in my life. And it happened 2 mornings ago. So not this morning, not yesterday morning, but the morning before. My rituals start as soon as I wake up. I consider 20 things that I'm grateful for. So I say I'm grateful for this beautiful ocean air that I get to smell every morning because it nourishes my soul. Okay, so I always say because for everyone. So I'm highly recommending it to everybody. When I woke up, this is what happened. It was extraordinary. And I know it was God. I'm telling you straight. I woke up and I was crying, like an out loud cry, like a cry that goes to your heart. And it was tears of gratitude. It was tears of joy. It was that I wasn't even conscious of it. And I just woke up and that's what happened. It was like my heart, my soul, and my spirit was so grateful. It was tears of joy. So I kind of sat there and went, whoa, okay, whew, that's interesting. I've never had that happen. Ooh, this is good. So then I said, thank you. So that's been my life. And I invite people to please, please, please go on to listen to my episodes of extraordinary people I've been able to interview. And Jackie and I had just a fabulous interview on my Love Inspired podcast, Leadership. And it's changing to a new form. I now have a co-host as of yesterday. So, I mean, it's evolving and changing. So please, and I have an incredible gift for everybody here. And it's created with such intentional love from me to you. It's called the 21-day above the line living, to love, lead with unapologetic courage. And it's a 3-minute audio clip. I give you reflections to be silent with and just reflect on, as well as journal prompts. I journal every day, dearest God, in one page. So I invite you to take that gift for you. And the only request I have is this. I want you to tell me how it's navigating with you on LinkedIn. I get all kinds of messages on LinkedIn, and it's my gift back to me to hear that. So I'm working on the receiving piece here. So that's what I'm asking for. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Carolyn. So please put your information in the chat so everybody can reach out to you. Please, please, please. Oh, wow. Okay. Who has questions for Carolyn? Oh, Jackie, go ahead.
Of course. I know that Carol's looking at me going, did we give her director information or what? Yeah, we gave her director information, but I don't know if she's going to do it. Okay.
Wow.
There are few people I feel so centered with than with Carolyn and Carol, actually, but Carolyn's kind of different. And it's just such a beautiful trip to watch what you've gone through and the people that have formed who you are, that pastor who is a godsend. We know that. And now for you to carry that through is so important, and to be able to be it in a practical way is so incredibly important. So the journey that you've had is almost unknown for most of our audience, because we work with a lot of people in Africa who have lived in the world of survival. And they only know one note, a lot of them, and that is to make it through the day. So they stopped where you where you stopped years ago. They haven't stopped yet. They're still trying to make it through the day. Yet many of them are beginning to understand, thanks to YEA, a new way of looking at things. So I would love to hear from you exactly what you can inspire. Now you've said, I mean, I got yellow all over my page. However, what you would, and clean and concise, what you would offer these people. Now, realize many of them are, in essence, it's not really religious. They are God-centered. They really are, or they wouldn't even be here. We know that. And they don't acclaim to a lot of it. And that's fine. We know that. So what would you say to those young people that will keep them on track and to be able to literally move through Carol's course, let's put it that way, with a more focused look based on, I'm sure, curiosity? Go ahead.
Okay. Well, great question. And there's one piece that I didn't mention along my journey, is that my responsibility in my life is the living legacy of Emma. That's my
Mhm.
responsibility.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
my recommendation for individuals that are in, the struggle of just from the day to day, I have lived through many days, months, and years in that position as well.
Mhm.
And there is a place in each of us that is the light of faith, regardless of what's in front of us. And that's one piece to tap into, is to realize that every single thing that happens in our lives is for us. Even though it may seem excruciating, impossible to make it through, it is there to teach us that love is all there is. That is the priority. So what the recommendation is, what is one simple, single step that I can do to contribute to the love within myself and those who matter most to me right now? It is to be in intentional action. When we stop, we suffer. When it is putting love in motion, it is simply speaking love, making a decision to act on love, as well as gratitude. Those are the two things that, what I call, make a massive difference to making the decision and the choice to move above the line. When we go below the line, it is fear, doubt, anger, resentment, all the constricting thoughts and feelings that make us feel bad. There is an opportunity to redecide, to be decided, to be disciplined in what I think, what I say, and what I do. And we're all here with gifts, talents, and expertise, every one of us. And the pain that you've been through is waiting to be translated into your purpose. I watched my mother suffer excruciatingly, 3 nervous breakdowns as I grew up, lost her mind. Why do you think I'm so purposeful and passionate to think above the line? It is to bring the answers to those who are suffering.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Maria, you have your hand up. And guys, we have to quickly go for it. Maria.
Thank you so, so much for your share. It was just incredible. But one thing really touched me. One of my babies, I had triplets, and one of my babies was in an incubator. And you really helped me to understand that world in the way that you shared. And that's touched me deeply. Thank you.
You just sent electric shock, love, truth bumps through my whole body right now. You did. And, everything that's ever happened to us or our children is meant to be. It's part of this
Yeah.
greater
I absolutely believe that.
plan.
Yeah.
And, we want to rescue them, we want to save them, or we want to change it. There is this decision to surrender and accept it all. And find the place within ourselves to turn that into how we can serve, how we can be purposeful.
Yeah.
And it's a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a minute by minute presence and decision. And you know, the one thing that's guaranteed in life is change. How wonderful. Thank goodness.
Mhm.
Everybody avoids it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, so yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you. That just felt yummy.
Thank you too. I want to connect after this call. It's
Oh,
just amazing.
I would love it. Thanks.
All right,
Great.
Chinneray, you have a question. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Yes, I do, Caroline. Thank you so much for sharing. And really, 21 days above the line living is something that is really crucial. But at the same time, I just want to ask you, having been in corporate America, what gives you the courage to just pick up and go, right? We all have a vision, but it takes tenacity, endurance, and patience to be able to just say, you know what? This is my next purpose and I want to go after it. What is it in you that gives you the courage to do that whenever you feel like it?
It's that's a great question. I love the question. Way to go, girl. The question's great. And I always resort to this when someone asks me that. It's I feel that we all have the same amount of courage within us, all of us. And mine's very self-centered, selfish, and is that I love feeling good. I love feeling joy-filled. I love vitality in life. It's my birthday this Sunday, and this birthday is the best yet. And it's my 67th. I mean, imagine that. I mean, Jackie's an inspiration like crazy too, but here's the piece, the courage piece. I know that my life is filled with joy, adventure, when I decide to be courageous and step out of my comfort zone. Because when I stay in my comfort zone, it's dangerous. That's how I speak to myself. Carolyn, well, if I told you my whole story, I have done the eat, pray, love thing about 5 times. And I
Really?
just left a 34-year marriage 2 years ago. So it's a commitment to self. It's a commitment to living as a love-inspired leader. It is a commitment. You got to know your reason. Like my reason is vitality. I want to be 120, changing the world. And I want to be fit, gorgeous, and sexy at the same time. I do.
Absolutely.
That's what I want. So I am selfish. So here's the thing. Nobody's going to do it for me.
But you.
And I got to stop blaming. I got to stop thinking even one thought below the line.
Yep.
And we are rewarded. This is a guarantee for everybody here listening. We are rewarded when we make the commitment and the disciplined decision and intentional action to give to life. Because what we give is the only thing we receive. That's it. So let's be real and intentional. I mean,
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm so inspired. From the very beginning to the very end, this will have women on their edge of their seats. Thank you, Caroline, for
pleasure.
really and truly blessing us with your story, but honestly blessing us with your love and your heart. Oh, it's well, I'm going away I'm so thankful you are in my life. Thank you, Caroline. Jackie, thank you for inviting another amazing guest on this podcast. Guys, if you love these episodes, please subscribe to our channel. Comment on them. Share them everywhere. We're out on LinkedIn everywhere, all the different social media platforms. Please share it because your sphere of influence is not mine. Let's take this everywhere because I really experienced love in this episode. So amazing. And I really experienced somebody that wants to share that love with the planet. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. Please, guys, we do these episodes Monday, one episode on Monday and two on Friday. If you'd like to be a guest and share your story and inspire our listeners and us, please reach out to one of us on LinkedIn. We're there and get on our calendar. Okay. Guys, we all deserve to thrive. Let's do it together. Bye, everyone.